me find your dream, and I wonder.
Hey guys, welcome to my second vlog in my HERstory and Making series. If that sounds unfamiliar to you and you don't know what this series is, you haven't heard of it yet, pause right here and check out my first video in which I explain everything about this series, why I'm doing this series, which class is for, my expectations, my first impressions, and all of that good stuff. So check out this video right here and then come back to this one. Now that everybody is all caught up, today we're going to be discussing Orlando de Guzman's documentary entitled Ferguson, a Report from Occupied Territory. This documentary details life in Ferguson after the killing of Michael Brown, who was 18 years old, and he was shot and killed by police officer Darren Wilson. Almost immediately following the death of Michael Brown, a number of protests erupted throughout St. Louis. The Black community took to the streets and they were outraged. They took to the street and protested and spoke out against what they saw as yet another example of police brutality against a young Black man. The situation gained national attention after America saw the way that these Black protesters were treated. They were tear gassed, they were shot with rubber bullets. It was military grade equipment at these protests. But are we surprised? Because I'm not. As a 12-year-old Black girl growing up in 2014, this time period was very traumatizing. You would turn on the news and all anyone was talking about was Michael Brown. You would open social media and you see posts filled with hashtags of Black Lives Matter and also videos of rioters speaking up in favor of the Black community and speaking about the injustices that had been done. You could also very well get on social media and open your phone and see a video of Michael Brown laying in a pool of his own blood. I myself did not watch the video because I don't want to bear the psychological or traumatizing effects of viewing such graphic images. I must say that when I was viewing this documentary, I was pissed. I was completely outraged. But I can't say that someone who holds an identity different than my own might feel the same. We all respond to news differently depending on our own biases, our own beliefs, and our own upbringings. But since this issue is so close to my identity, it was able to create a very strong emotional response for me, one of rage and even sadness. And to be perfectly honest, I held back some tears during this documentary because I was so frustrated and am so frustrated with what happened in the state of the world. Overall, I think that this documentary was very insightful and soul-stirring. I think Guzman did a great job of putting the people whose story he told at the center of their own experiences and truly allowed those people to tell their stories. If you would like to check out this documentary for yourself, the link is in my bio. But for now, that concludes this week's episode of HERstory and Making. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to keep the conversation going with me. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week.
Me find your dream, and I wonder.